individual participants for each house. Alright, we have red house, orange house, purple house. First we'll start with the class 3 or 4. So we'll put up 2 benches here and then the participants will sit down. Okay? Right. Class 4. We'll start with class 4 students first. And from class 4 blue house, who will participate? Please stand up and please come out here. Class 4 participants. Yes. Middle house. Must be middle house. So please come out. Class 4 red house. And orange house. And this purple house and purple house. So these are the participants from class 4. Yes. So the participants will come here. We'll call them one by one. They will stand in front, and we will give a paper to read. So they will read loudly. And the audience, you are the audience, alright? You are the audience, all of you are the audience. Audience also, your behavior will carry marks. If you don't behave well, if you don't sit nicely, if you don't listen well, then your marks will be cut. And your house point will be cut and your marks will be very low. So participants, here, we will call you one by one and you will pick up a paper. You will pick a number, alright? And the number that you pick, you will read. Participants, please listen. This is what you will do. When you come, when your turn comes, will pick a paper and then you will show it to the judge. Alright? To the host or the judge. And then you sing your house. Okay? You just tell your name. And you don't have to say your class. Just if it's not loud enough, the judge cannot hear. The judge cannot hear. They cannot give you marks. So it should be loud, clear, and slow. Not too slow and not too fast. All right. So are you ready? Okay. So, before that, I'm the judge come host. I will be one of the judge and Miss Mavi. Please, Miss Mavi, let's give her a big hand. And I will also be one of the judge. And now I will hand over to Miss Grace. Number 12. Clear. Number Stella, big number 8.
My name is Stella. A boy can hide himself from a young man. A boy may lock his door, may worm in bed, may tuck himself up, may draw the clothes over his head, may think himself comfortable and safe. But that young man will softly creep and make his way to him and tear him open. I am keeping that young man from harming you at the present moment. With great difficulty, I find it very hard to hold that young man of you inside. Now, what do you do? I was so frightened, but I said, I will get him fried. And I will get him what broken bits of wood I could. And I could come to his at the veterinary early in the morning.
My name is Marcus David Harpuya. On the first day after they came home again, they stood by the gate, looking up onto the street. They had no idea that there actually was a playmate so near. They were standing there considering what they should do and wondering whether anything exciting was likely to happen or whether it was going to be one of those days when they couldn't think of anything to play. And just then, the gate of Villa Villecula opened and a little girl stepped out. She was the most remarkable girl Tommy and Annika had ever seen. She was Miss Pippi Longstocking out for her morning walk. This is the way she looked.
My name is Jason H.P. Hansberg. On the first day after they came home again, they stood by the gate, looking out onto the street. They had no idea that there was a playmate so near. They were standing there considering what they should do and wondering whether anything exciting was likely to happen or whether it was going to be one of those dull days when they couldn't think of a new thing to play. And just then the gate of Villa Villecula opened and a little girl stepped out. She was the most remarkable girl Tommy and Annika had ever seen. She was Miss Pippi Longstocking out for her morning walk. This is the way she looked.
On her long thin legs, she wore a pair of long stockings, one brown and the other black. She had a pair of black shoes that were exactly twice as long as her feet. Her father had bought these shoes for her in South America, so that we would have something to wear into. She loved them and she never wanted to wear any other. My name is Priscilla Vanelbecky. We walk along the street with one foot on the sidewalk and the other in the gutter. Tommy and Annika watched as long as they could see her. In a little while, she came back. And now she has walking backward. That was because she didn't want to turn around to get home. When she reached Tommy's and Annika's gate, she stopped. We lived in a marshy area down by the river, a few miles from the sea. One day I stood in the churchyard and looked over my parents' tombstone at the dirt-filled wilderness beyond the churchyard. The marshes were crisscrossed with ditches and mounds. In the
distance, I could see the gray line of the river and then far away the sea. It was a cold day.
My name is Iwarizawa. This man was frightening. He was dressed in rough red clothes, and he had a big iron chain on his leg. He was an escaped convict. His shoe was broken, and he had an old red tied around his head. He was dirty from being soaked in the muddy water from the ditches. He was covered in scratches from metals and stone. He lived and shivered and cleared and crawled. His teeth hurt and in his head as he seized me by the chains.
I was dreadfully frightened and hoped that I was dreadfully frightened and hoped that he would not drop me. I clung to him with both hands. He gave me a most tremendous kick and roll, so that the charge jumped over its own weather. Then, still holding me up on the tombstone, he went on. Early tomorrow morning, bring that file and the rope. You bring the lot to me at that old battery over there. If you do it and you don't say a word about me, I will let you live. I will let you live. If you fail or say anything at all about me, then your heart and your liver shall be torn out, roasted and eaten. Now I am not alone. There's a young man hiding with me. In comparison with him, I am in danger.
My name is Adela Romilani. It is going to be a long night for me, said he. He looked at the cold, wet, flat marsh. I wish I was a frog or an eel. He rubbed his shuddering body in both his arms, as if to hold himself together, and leaped towards the low church wall. He got over it slowly, like a man's whose legs were numb and stiff, and then turned round to look for me. When I saw him turning, I was frightened again and went home without stopping.
Hello, my name is Lapatui. Once upon a time, long ago, there lived a creature called Anasi. Sometimes Anasi was a spider, sometimes he was a man, and other times he was a strange mix of the two. Anasi was a trickster and he was having a difficult time. He had no money to buy food for his family. As he walked around the village early one morning, he had a skull on his face and a growl in his stomach. Passing by a neighbor's house, Anasi heard something that pleased him. The neighbor was an old witch. She was angry, an unpleasant witch who became furious whenever anyone said her name. She hated her name, although her live people had laughed or looked surprised when they heard what her name was. Can you guess what her name was? It was 5. Thank you.
Anasi rushed to the path that ran along the river bank between the village and the marketplace. Soon everyone who was going to the market would walk past. They would be on their way to buy the delicious yams, beets, pulses, and grains that would be piled high in the market. Anasi set to work and piled up 5 mounds of earth near the pot. They looked just like he had planted 5 yams. Then he had down and waited. My name is Rosa. It did not bother Anansi too much because he knew there would be plenty more chances for him to try his trick out. He imagined what delicious foods he would find. He did not imagine taking any to his hungry children. He was going to eat as much as he could fit in his stomach and then come back and try the trick again on another day. A scurrying sound pulled Anansi out of his daydream. It was Miss Ruth. On her tiny back she had a huge load of freshly made pies that she was hoping to sell. The lead was 3 times her size and her face was red from the effort she was making.
That's all. Thank you. You may go back to your seats.
Please stay there and look at me. Dorothy walked along the road. It was made of yellow bricks. When she had gone some miles, she needed to rest. She climbed to the top of the fence beside the road and sat down. Her dog Toto was also tired. He lay down on the ground by the fence. There was a large cornfield on the other side of the fence, and in the field there was a scarecrow. My name is Bisiran Tanzeli. My name is Bisiran Tanzeli. Dorothy grasped at the scarecrow. Its head was long, stuffed with straw. Its face was painted on the sack. I had a pointed blue hat on its head. On its body it wore a blue suit of faded clothes, which had also been stuffed with straw. On the feet were some old boots. The scarecrow was tied to a tall pole. It was there to scare the birds and stop them from eating their ripe corn. Thank you.
My name is Karen Watpuyo. While Dorothy was looking at the pained face of Scarecrow, she was surprised to see one of the eyes slowly wink at her. She thought she must have imagined it. Then the Scarecrow nodded its head to her in a friendly way. Dorothy climbed down from the fence and walked up to it. Todo ran around the pole and barked, "Thank you."
My name is Kevin Silang Longpuyo. Nancy peeked through a gap in the witch's fence. She was stirring her big cooking pot and muttering and mumbling a spell. The smoke and sparks were blue and green. Zoe and Nancy knew she was cooking up some big magic. Suddenly, she snatched up her staff and started to pound it on the ground. As she walked around the pot, Nancy listened carefully to what she said. "I curse anyone who says the word 5 to disappear forever." Thank you.
My name is Laura de Gatontu.
The first place that I can well remember was a large present meadow with a pond of clear water in it. Some shady trees lean over it, and rushes like water lilies grow at the deep end. Over the hedge on one side, we looked into a ploughed field, and on the other, we looked over a gate of our master's house. Which stood by the roadside. At the top of the meadow was a grove of fir trees, and at the bottom a running brook overhung by a steep bank. Thank you.
My name is Ezra Sirem Lalfaka. While I was young, I lived upon my mother's milk, as I could not eat grass in the daytime. I ran by her side, and at night I lay down close to her. When it was hot, we used to stand by the pond in the shade of the trees. And when it was cold, we had a nice warm shed near the grove. As soon as I was old enough to eat grass, my mother used to go to work in the daytime and come back in the evening. Thank you.
There were 6 young goats in the window besides me. They were older than I was. Somewhere near at great fun. We used to gallop all together round and round the field as hard as we could go. Sometimes we had rather rough play, for they would frequently bite and kick as well as gallop.
My name is Zhang Kwame. One day, when there was a good deal of kicking, my mother grinned to me to come to her, and then she said, "I wish you to pay attention to what I'm going to say to you. The clothes who live here are very good clothes, but they are guard horse coats, and of course they have not learned manners. You have been well bred and well born. Your father has a great name in these parts, and your grandfather won the cup few years and the new market races. Your grandmother had the sweetest temper of any horse I ever knew, and I think you have never seen me kick or bite. Thank you." My name is Amosa Lentima. Our master was a good, kind man. He gave us good food, good lodging, and kind words. He spoke as kindly to us as he did to his little children. We were all fond of him, and my mother loved him very much. When she saw him at the gate, she would leap with joy and throw up with him. He would pat and stroke her and say, "Well, old pet, and how is your little darky?" I was a blue black, so he called me Darky.
would give me a piece of bread, which was very good, and sometimes he brought a carrot for my mother. All the horses would come to him, but I think we were his favorite. Thank you.
My name is Samuel Zamora. There was poor boy Dick who sometimes came into our house to throw blackbird for the harvest. She won't have that he called fun with the crowd. Shooting some and sit at them to make the room. We did not much mind him, for we could grow. But sometimes a storm warned his and hurt us.
My name is Arati. He was at this game and he did not know that the master was in his but he was what was going on over the game as made him work with pain and surprise. My name is Sila Nurhali. Priya bottle and emptied the basket of soil into it. She added the compost and mixed it all together. She planted and scrubbed and watered them. She then pushed the third piece of wood into the soil and pinned and last sheet of cartoon. On it was a colorful sign.
Class 3, are you ready? Okay. From hello. All right. Class 3. From the 12 participants, we are going to choose five participants. Okay. These are the top 5. Ready, class 3? Okay. These are the selected top 5. Alright, we will clap for them. Number 1, Kevin Sila Lumpuya, Red House. Okay, stand here. Number 2, the second one is Zolun Tuangi, Purple House. The next one, Amo Slan and Kima, Green House. Next, Kirim Ruat Puya, Orange House. The next one is PC Ramchuan Valley, Red House. Okay, ready? Okay, but I want silence. Please, everyone, keep silent. If you make noise, I cannot announce the result. Okay? Are you looking at me? I want all your eyes upon me. Orange House? Orange House. Okay. Ready? These are the top 5. Fast 4. Nalpit Louis, Red House. Lydia, Green House. Another green house, Stella. From Orange House, Jason. And the last one from